Dave the Viking Cat and the Ale of Trolls. Adapted from Danish folklore. One fine midsummer eve, when the sky glowed like toasted salmon and the air smelled suspiciously of burnt socks and mead, Dave the Viking Cat sat on a rock near the edge of the forest, licking his paw and thinking deep philosophical thoughts like, why does fish never fall from the sky? And why hasn't anyone invented cheese for cats? Suddenly the wind changed. A strange, yeasty, almost magical smell wafted through the trees. Dave's whiskers twitched. That, he said aloud, smells like troll ale. Now most cats would run the other way. Trolls are notorious for being loud, smelly, and terrible at chess. But Dave, brave and battle-scarred, once clawed a berserker's beard clean off. He wasn't about to miss a chance at a legendary beverage. He followed the scent through the twilight woods until he reached an ancient barrow mound, half swallowed by moss and moonlight. From within came raucous laughter and the clang of mugs. Dave crept up, tail low, ears high. Inside, a dozen trolls were brewing their midsummer ale, a bubbling, frothy brew that glowed like gold and smelled like victory and very old cheese. The troll chief, a mountain of a creature named Gloof, raised a drinking horn and roared, "No mortal beast or man shall sip our sacred ale or face the bottom of the cauldron." Naturally, this meant Dave was definitely going to sip the sacred ale. When the trolls passed out in an epic snorathon, Dave tip-pawed into the barrow, climbed a barrel like a fuzzy Viking ninja, and dipped his tiny drinking horn. One sip. Kaboom! Suddenly, his fur gleamed like a thundercloud, his meow echoed like a war horn, and he understood Latin. He ran back to the village, tail high, and shared the tale and a few drops with his animal friends. Soon the chickens could juggle, the cows wrote poetry, and a hedgehog named Olga opened a very successful tavern. But of course, trolls don't like sharing. That midsummer they returned, stomping and snorting, demanding their ale back, and the cat who stole it. But Dave, being Dave, had brewed his own version by then. He called it Meowdy Mead. It wasn't quite as magical, but it did make squirrels dance and made your whiskers tingle. As for the trolls, Dave challenged them to a drinking contest. He won, naturally. The trolls passed out again, and the mound hasn't opened since. But every midsummer, if you hear tiny hiccups in the wind and smell toast, cheese, and danger, that's Dave, raising a horn of ale and victory, and possibly stealing your fish.